2 presidential aides consulted psychiatrists about Johnson's sanity. Okay? So now we go on to Barack Obama. And he claims, well, Obama is not stuck with the messianic thing. I totally disagree with him. I believe that Obama is perhaps the most narcissistic president in American history. I believe that his sanity has not disappeared, certainly, but I believe that his narcissism has warped him to an extent that is unhealthy for the United States of America. The founder's presidency was a comparatively humble office. The president in the founder's time was, quote, a chief magistrate, that is a judge, constrained by constitutional limits and enjoying few of the trappings of great power. But today we have a king. We do not have a president. And he concludes, if we worry about the temptations presidential power brings, and we should, there's only one solution. Cut the presidency back down to its proper constitutional size. Good luck. You know, last night I was watching cage fighting, mixed martial arts. And I enjoy watching it up to a point. Then I have to turn it off at a certain point. There's something about watching a very powerful man getting pummeled on the ground that bothers me. I don't mind these guys bashing each other because they like it. These guys are so tough. They're not like you and I. Any one of their head strikes would kill one of us. I don't know what these guys are made of. I just don't understand it. But the longer I have lived, the more I come to understand all human beings are not the same in any sphere. Some are good at this, some are good at that, and there are some guys who are built for fighting. Just as, and I'm not making any derogatory comparison, there are certain breeds of dogs that are bred for fighting. Is that correct? My poodle isn't bred for fighting. I mean, you get killed with one bite. We do have to go to the pit bull or the mastiff. You understand that they're bred to fight. And so, therefore, there are people who can take this kind of punishment. And although, you watch a fight like this and you see one of the guys on the ground with the other guy on top of him, and he's doing the ground and pound and beating him. Wow. I mean, like a watermelon being punched over and over. I'm amazed at how quick the referees can jump in and stop it, because when guys are in a fight and their adrenaline is rushing, they will kill the other man and not even know they've killed the other man unless they're stopped. They're not fighting with any sense of control. They're fighting to kill the other guy. And so the referees in these mixed martial arts fights are amazingly adept, and I've never seen anyone get killed in mixed martial arts, incidentally. The point I'm getting at is I watch these guys, and I see the strength of the human being, and I'm impressed each and every time at the actual physical capacity of the human being. And it goes back to what I used to notice when I was a kid growing up. I'd read the newspapers, the Daily News, the Daily Mirror, the Post. I liked all of the picture newspapers because they told the whole story with one picture. So inevitably, every once in a while, every couple of months, there'd be a story about a kid fell out of a third-story or a second-story window and then hit an awning and bounced and landed on the ground, and he just had bruises. And then they would show the window and then the arrows, dot, 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 bounced here, and he landed there, and then they'd show the kid. And I'd say to myself, how could a kid survive falling out of a second or third-story window? Answer, because the human being is much stronger than we are led to believe. Now, this goes right to Obamacare. The government wants you to think that you're weak. Governments want you to be helpless. Governments want you to need them. Government wants you to come to them for medication. Government wants you to think that every quirk, every ache, every pain, every fear needs to be treated by government medicine and medication. And what I'm telling you is rubbish, bah humbug. You never heard of self-reliance? That's what I'm talking about. We are all much tougher than we are led to believe we are. I learned this from my mother more than from anybody else. She lived to 88. She had plenty of problems in her life. Emotional things happened to her that I don't want to go into. Somehow she learned how to sort through them. And she used to say to me, every time I try to complain to her about something, she said, "What, do you think I don't have pains?" And she embarrassed me in a way. She didn't do it in a way to make me feel bad. If I come and say my head hurts, because I always suffered migraines as a kid till I learned how to get rid of them at age 18 by reading George.orwell's Zen Macrobiotics and studying diet. That's when I first started on the road to my own self-treatment. The point I'm making is that she said to me, "Don't you think I have aches and pains?" She never took an aspirin. So she taught me that it's embarrassing for a man to walk around complaining about anything, with human frailties. And yet you turn on the TV and what do you see? Inevitably, it's a white male, a weakling, running to his mother-wife figure saying, Mommy, get me an aspirin. Mommy, get me a drug. Every other ad is for some other problem that you need a drug for. I have never seen such a conspiracy in my life. I'll be right back.
Savage. Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.